Good evening. I'm very late tonight. I've had one of those days. It's Wednesday, the 26th of February. Sorry for coming on late, guys. I wanted to talk tonight about community, and that's where I was. I was at a meeting because you see, I'm on a community board. And being involved in your community is really important. It's come out of many different research projects, including the Harvard one that they've been doing now for over 70 years. Then when people have connection with other humans, when they have connection with other people, they actually live longer. Human connection and relationships are one of the things that keeps us going. And that's being part of a relationship and being part of community. And when you think about it, those people who feel alone and feel vulnerable are the people who do things like take their lives, who become depressed. And it's really important that we are part of community. Humans are pack animals. We're not animals that function well on our own. So what I want to ask tonight is, how are you involved in your community? How are you meeting your needs as a human, as a person, to have connection with other people? Connection is so important. Connection with your family, connection with friends, connection with neighbours. I mean, that's what school is all about. It's about connection. Children who live in isolated areas here in Australia do their schooling via video, what used to be by the radio, over the radio School of the Air. I'm sure they use a lot more video connection, conferencing type connections nowadays. But it's because young people need the connection with other young people. But it's not young people, it's all people need connection with other people. All people need to feel they're part of a community. So how do you meet your need to be part of a community? Yes, you can be part of your family, but we tend to need more than just being part of our family. We need to have other connections with other people and other groups to actually make us feel that we're living purposeful lives. So how can you get out there and make connections? How are you involved? Do you give your time? Do you know your neighbours? When I was young, everyone knew their neighbours, and in fact my parents, way back in 1970s, set up a street party. We used to have a street party every year in our street, and initially there was only about 7 houses in the street, and by the time my parents left the street, every block of land had a house on it, and so that would have been 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18 houses. So all those people knew each other and came together at least once a year, and they came together more often than that. You think about it now, how many of the people you live near do you actually know? Do you smile at people when you walk down the street? Do you actually have just that connection with people you don't know? As you walk past them, you smile and say good morning. I took the granddaughter to school this morning and walked past 3 other grandparents and 2 other parents as I was going into the school, and they were walking the opposite way to me. I smiled and said good morning, and a few of them got a little bit of a shock that someone had actually acknowledged them and smiled back and said hi. Do you do that when you're walking down the street and you catch someone's eye and you give them a smile? These are all things you can do to start building connections with other people, start being part of a community. So I know it's really late, so it's just going to cut it short tonight. But leave some comments for me on how you keep your connections. Because keeping connections is really good for your mental health. Oh my goodness.
You're making us nervous, dear.
My
When did the call start? A few days ago.
Oh.
His mother said. She worked for the ambulance
Can you turn that
service.
off? Sorry about that. That's the book that I'm reading. Another Gary Dish book. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, bye.